Hello my darlings. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping first. Cold brew tea is the drink to have this summer. Get into it. Very refreshing. Very refreshing. The matter is super simple. Just put some tea leaves in a jug, some water, chuck it in the fridge, enjoy it the next day the way you want to enjoy it. I like to do it with just some slices of lemon. I don't need to sweeten it because I don't drink my tea with sugar anyway. Love. Then, can we talk about this thing? Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I found it on eBay sometime last winter at a fantastic price, and it was brand new with tags. I mean, the print is giving me everything that needs to be given. I love the combination of green and purple and pink and yellow. Yes, yes, yes. Talk about a statement piece, right? Before we get into the video, I'd love to first say thank you so much for showing attention and love to my last chatty cooking video. I super enjoyed filming it. I enjoyed editing it, and I'm here doing it all over again, and I hope you love this one too. So in today's video, we're going to get into shaking things up. Yes, let's shake things up. Let's try something new. And the cookbook that is going to be taking us through the lessons of today is Spicy and Delicious by Priya Wickramasinghe. I hope I'm saying her name right. This is a fabulous book. When it comes to cooking Asian food can be quite complicated, but I love the simplicity of this book. It is so simple. There are no pictures. All the recipes I have tried so far are very easy to do. Nothing is unattainable in this cookbook. That's why I really love it. But for a long time, I got stuck on particular recipes in this cookbook. I was cooking the same thing over and over again, and I told myself, you know what? It's time to try something new. It's time to shake it up. I know I've said this in a few of my videos, but I love shaking things up. I love trying new things. Why? Because it's one of our favorite sports to do as humans. We evolve, whether we like it or not. As I get older, I'm really getting into the fact of choosing change willingly. I need to stress that. Choose change willingly. We all know change can be violent. It really does shake things up. So learning how to open myself up to it has really helped me create a toolbox that allows me to embrace the violence of change. Even though we inevitably evolve, aka change, we also love being the same. Consistency equals safety, and safety is crucial to our well-being. This is how we got this far as human beings. The big question is, how do we walk that fine line between the joy of safety and the roller coaster throes of change? Only you can answer that, my darling. We are all different. We all have different definitions and criteria of safety, and we all have different thresholds. How far are we willing to let change stretch us? My intention today is to share with you 4 aspects of being that have been highlighted to me with a lot of introspection of how falling in love with change has changed me. And if you find change difficult, or you're just like me, you willingly put yourself out there, I hope that these 4 points will give you lots of aha moments and inspire you to look at change a little bit more differently. Before we carry on, let me round up breakfast. Point number 1, letting go of shame. The shame of failure, of messing up. This thing continues to cock block. Yes, that's the word I'm using, cock block. A lot of dreams into becoming reality. We encounter this shame early on in life, and we carry it for as long as we do, to the point that we realize that we are carrying it and decide to take action to let it go. The novelty of trying something new is wonderful medicine. The more willing I have been to try new things, the more I've been able to confront this shame. A great example, a recent example in my life is I recently started doing Qigong classes. Qigong is something like Tai Chi, and there are some movements that quote unquote made me feel silly. And anytime those feelings came up, I kept telling myself, IJ, you're learning something new. You are not born innate with the skill of Qigong. Like, feeling silly is silly. Just honor the movements, because whoever thought them up was wise enough to create this system of movement. Just like yoga, they didn't do it from a place of shame. They did it because they wanted it to be medicine. So why are you letting shame stop you from learning this movement? But this is the thing about shame. I feel like it will always linger. It's always somewhere there in the background. Because the ironical thing is, shame is protective, in the sense that it keeps us on our toes when it comes to regards of social interactions and social norms. But I'm now in a beautiful place. I am able to question my shame. I'm able to ask my shame, are you cock blocking me? Or are you protecting me? What's up? Let's talk. Point number 2. Accepting the power and the unavoidable fact that different is different. Change makes one different, and different doesn't necessarily mean better. I say this because better can carry the connotation of placing one on a pedestal, and this can be quite alienating and judgmental. Change for me has led to a loss of bonds, and for a while I was arrogant, claiming that I was better. And while these losses are and were important to my journey, I was taking it a little bit too far. I had to dial myself back in, because I am the queen of checking myself, okay? I came to realize how this was a reflection of how critical I was to myself, how I lacked grace for myself. And with the help of my therapist, I have been able to untangle that stuff. I am learning to truly honor difference. I feel like this is key to self-compassion and grace. Different always gives us perspective and an avenue to change. I love that irony. Beautiful. Do you see the soft violence of change? It's time to nourish my body. Just like my previous chatty cooking video, I am going to be focusing solely on eating from this book the whole day. So this is breakfast, what we're about to have. It is out of my norm. I don't usually have a salty breakfast, but I'm here for it. I plan to also have a smoothie by the side of this. I decided to choose this recipe also because every time we have an Indian takeaway, I tend to order bindi bhaji. Bindi is okra, if anyone is wondering. Okra is lady fingers. Maybe I'll put up a picture for those who don't know. Anyway, I love bindi bhaji. So this was easy for me to decide. It was time for me to cook this recipe. Let's put it together. It's tasty, it's simple, it's hitting the spot. I really like how the potatoes are cut. It just makes the meal look a little bit more interesting. But I really like that. I would cook that again. I am going to cook that again. It's the potatoes for me. I love potatoes. A really simple recipe to put together. The only thing that put me out of my way today morning when I was prepping, I had to make some garam masala because I ran out, and I decided not to buy any because I was going to make some from scratch, which I did. Really proud of myself. It's time for me to go and settle down and finish this up. As we are shaking things up today, I thought I would do a little bit something different with my smoothies. I usually just go straight in with lemon, ginger, turmeric. That's my zhuzh. But I thought I would try something different, and I've gone in with basil and lemon. Very refreshing. The basil is definitely there. I can smell it. Very aromatic. The flavors are working. They're definitely working. I've been busy filming another video, but it's time to have a snack. I'm feeling a little bit peckish. I decided to go with the pakodas because they're quite simple to make and they're very snack-like at the end of the day. I also like the flexibility of this recipe. It says you can use any vegetables and even potatoes. But because I've got lots of onions, I'm going to just go straight in with onions. To go with it, I'm going to make the cucumber raita. I'm going to wing it because I don't want to make a big portion. I'm only cooking for myself. It's just the right thing to go with this because this situation, it needs a dip. It needs a dip. Why is fried food so good? Why? Let's try it with the dip. So good. I'm going to sit down and take a breather, enjoy my little snack. We'll see you soon for dinner and round off our conversation about shaking things up. As we cook dinner, I'd like to touch on the last 2 points, and that is the aspects of being that have come to me and have helped me fall in love with the roller coaster of change. Options. Number 3 is options. Exploring this cookbook is a perfect analogy to this point. Opening myself up to change has really highlighted to me that I have options. I can take different paths. I have different paths ahead of me. And exploring different things is really my thing. I love being a dynamic, spicy woman. I say that unapologetically. And living adventurously feeds really important parts of me. Having options also leads me to my final point. That's not mine. We all have stories that were given to us as a part of our upbringing, by parents, by society, by those in our circles. Some of those stories are great. They're working for us. They're why we are who we are. And some of those stories are not so great. And even though they are part of who we are, we can let go. And it is only by accepting change that we can examine our stories and decide which ones we want to hold on to and let go of. With change, I have given myself the option to write new stories for myself, to let go of the ones that are not working for me, and to make the good ones even a little bit better. Dinner is about 5 minutes away, but before we plate up, I want to share with you my new experience. Now, I belong in the camp that was rather suspicious and not about getting high. That's not my worry. I was like, does this thing really work, or is it a bit of hoo-ha? So when I received some PR from this brand, I told myself, you know what? This is a sign. You didn't go looking for it. They came looking for you. So just try it, baby girl. So for about 6 weeks, I have been taking CBD oil, and I finished a bottle. And I think it's for real. I really do. I've also been using the patches, and I think I like them as well because they're discreet and you don't have to keep taking something. Like, you don't have to keep doing a top up with a pill or an oil. This just stays on your body for 24 hours. And I do feel the effects. Now, I will say, I feel like I do live well. I am a very grounded person. I have an intimate relationship with my inner world. So for me, did I need more calming? Because that's what CBD claims to do, to calm the body, to calm the mind. Not necessarily, but all I can describe is I feel like, in my language we have a saying, I'll loosely translate it, to feel still like a drum of water. Have you ever seen a big drum of water, a big pot of water? How still, yet grounded, yet flowy it is. That's how I feel. Just calm, like a drum of water. I reached out to the brand and I told them, you know what? I think I like you. Do you like me? And they were like, yeah, of course we do. So I am a brand ambassador for CBD by British Canna. Down below in the description box, I will leave a little bit of information. I will leave an affiliate link. You will get a discount if you shop through this link, and I do get some money back. If you already know CBD, maybe check out this brand, get a great discount, support your girl. And if you don't know CBD, all I can say is do your research. Don't let what I have said be enough. Do a little bit of research. I find British Canna's website so informative. In fact, they also have a magazine. I'm not quite sure how they publish it, how it's released, but they're a very approachable brand. You can definitely email them and find out. If you're new to CBD, do as much research as you can, but all I can say, it is worth trying. I am really enjoying my experience, and I feel like this is kind of part of my, I don't want to say self-care tool. Let's go with well-being. My well-being tool. Really like the stuff. So nice, so beautifully spiced. The curry is also really nice, simple and wholesome. There's something about that plate of food that just feels like winter food. I think it's the potatoes. The spices are not too hot, they're rather warming. really nice. Shout out to my amazing cookbook. I have really enjoyed cooking from it today. As I said, she is an easy girl. She's easy to use. Of course, you have to love spicy food to buy this cookbook. You can still find it. It is a little bit old. It was first written in 1979. Wow. Anyway, you can still find it. I will make sure to leave all the details down below in the description box. Definitely worth checking out if you want to cook Indian food, Sri Lankan food, without feeling overwhelmed. Time for me to go and nourish my body and wind down. It has been a long, beautiful day. And with that, I want to thank you so much for spending the day with me, eating with me, chatting away with me. I hope you found some value in this video. Here is to change, the power of change. My name is Ijoma, and I'll see you soon.